Hello and welcome to the next podcast for the GCSE Edexcel exam board. Today what we're going to look at in our video is component 2, which is your second exam paper. We're looking at health and performance, and specifically we're going to look at these topics here: the effects of lifestyle on health and fitness and the consequences of a sedentary lifestyle. So a bit more detail about this topic. Everything we're going to look at is to do with how your lifestyle affects your overall health and well-being. But first of all, we're going to start looking at how exercise and physical activity will contribute to your all-round health. Then we're going to look closely at how work, rest and sleep affect your health. And then we'll finish off by looking at the effects of alcohol and cigarettes or nicotine on your health. As you go through the presentation, if there are any bits that are underlined, please make a note of them on your note sheet. And if at any point you're a little bit stuck, just pause the video, rewind it, and just go and have a little look back. Okay? So first thing we're going to look at is what is health. Now this is the definition you need to know for health for the exam. A complete state of emotional, psychological, physical and social well-being without merely the absence of disease and infirmity. Now when we're looking at health, we need to look at all different aspects of health. The first thing we need to know about is our emotional and psychological health. This is to do with how we feel, how we think with our brain. The second part of health we need to know about is our physical makeup. So this is to do with our health and our fitness. And then the final part of health is to do with social health. This is about having a good supportive network of friends and about developing teamwork and cooperation skills with other people. When somebody says that they're healthy, what they really should mean is that healthy in all of these different areas. And it's important for your exam that you know about these different areas. What we're going to look at now are the benefits of each of those areas. So if you are the type of person that exercises a lot or takes part in a lot of physical activity, there are lots of different health benefits linked to physical, emotional and psychological. These are the health benefits that you need to know about for your exam. And I'm going to briefly touch upon each of them, but make sure you know these by the end of this video. Now what we can do with all of these health benefits is we can divide them into physical, psychological and emotional. So the two health benefits of physical activity are increased fitness. So if you're the type of person that exercises a lot, you will increase your cardiovascular fitness. You'll have better body composition, you'll have better muscular endurance. And obviously when you exercise, they contribute to overall good health. So you're less likely to get ill and less likely to get disease, and you're more likely to live longer. So they are the physical benefits. Make sure you make a note of those. The emotional and psychological benefits to your health are here, and there are quite a lot of them. So the first one is when you start to exercise, you release a feel-good hormone called serotonin. So just by exercising, it can make you feel good. Obviously in a busy life of school and when you start getting a job when you're older, exercise is a good way to relieve stress and tension. And it can also increase your self-esteem and confidence. It can make you feel better about yourself. One of the benefits obviously of exercise is we do it for fun, we do it for enjoyment, we enjoy doing it. And some people take part in exercise for a psychological challenge. So for example, if you are completing a marathon, some people might like the challenge of it, and when you complete it, it increases the confidence, but they've also got a bit of a challenge out of it too. And then the final sort of benefit is for aesthetic appreciation. A lot of people will watch sports, particularly sports such as dance and ballet, because they like to appreciate the beautiful movements that take place. So make sure you know each of these benefits linked to emotional and psychological health. The final category of health is your social health, and these are the benefits that you get if you exercise a lot. You improve your cooperation skills by working with other people and your teamwork skills. You develop friendships and you get to mix with other people. So if you think about the teams that you've played in, I'm sure you've made lots of friends through that. And also by playing in competition exercise, you gain a good attitude as well. And it's a good attitude towards competition. You get used to winning and also losing, which is important in life. So they are the social benefits of health. Take time to go back through those and make sure you know all of the benefits, and you're able to categorize them to physical, psychological, emotional and social health. The next part of this topic, we're going to look at what we call lifestyle choices. Now, in your life, you get to choose what you do in your own time and in your life. And we're going to look at some of the key benefits to choosing the right things and some of the drawbacks too. And we're going to be looking at diet, rest and exercise, and the benefits that you might get by choosing those, and also the negatives of not taking part in these. Now, as you're growing up, it's important that athletes and also anyone exercising gets the right balance between the three. It's important that you have a good balanced diet, it's important that you get enough rest and sleep, and it's also important that you get a balance of exercise too, to have an all-round good health. Now, when we look at diet, it's important that anything that goes into your body is balanced by the exercise that you do. If you take in too many calories or too much food and you don't balance that up with enough exercise, then that can lead to lots of health negatives, including being obese or overweight, and that can lead to lots of health issues. So it's important that the calories that go in match the calories that you expend and go out, and we call this energy balance. So it's important to have a good healthy diet in your life. So the choices you make are crucial. Next part of our lifestyle choices around work, rest and sleep. Now, rest and sleep are important because they allow our bodies to recover and to regenerate, either after training or just to re-energise for the next day. And if you don't do that, you'll lose a lot of energy, your body won't replenish and it won't recover. Now, people who exercise tend to sleep better and get to sleep a lot quicker too. So if you can manage to improve your sleep, you're going to feel a lot more energised and recover a lot quicker. Professional athletes need to make sure that they balance exercise with rest and sleep, because if they don't do that, then they're not going to recover or improve the fitness based on the training that they've done. So work, rest and sleep balance is important. And the final sort of lifestyle choice is around your activity level. Obviously, being a PE teacher, I encourage everybody to exercise because of all those benefits I talked about. But getting people active is difficult. It can depend on a lot of different factors, and if you think about yourself, it can depend on, can you travel to a gym or travel to a sports club? Are the local facilities available? Can you afford to do it? And time is always a constraint as well. So when you're choosing what you do in your lifestyle, it's important that you choose to have some activity in it too, because the benefits are massive, and we talked about those earlier on. And for those who don't get exercise and don't have a high activity level, they lead what you would call a sedentary lifestyle. They are the type of people who don't do any exercise, generally don't move a lot. And if you're that type of person, or you're an athlete and you're leading a sedentary lifestyle, there are lots of negatives and lots of bad aspects of leading that lifestyle. So you can have weight issues, depression, heart disease, blood pressure, diabetes, osteoporosis, which is a bone disease, loss of muscle tone, poor posture and loss of fitness. So it's really important that you have the right balance between rest, not too much of it, and also high physical activity levels. Otherwise, you're at risk of all of these different illnesses. Right, the final section we're going to look at in this topic today are the effects of recreational drugs. There are two types of drugs. There are legal and illegal drugs. Recreational drugs are the type of drugs that are taken in your own time at your leisure, but there are some legal and illegal recreational drugs. For example, cocaine, marijuana are illegal recreational drugs, but alcohol and nicotine are legal recreational drugs. And we're going to briefly talk about the effects that these two can have on your health. So alcohol is a depressant, which means it slows your reaction times down. It depresses the nervous system and makes it slower to react. And if somebody drinks a lot of alcohol, there are lots of different associated risks. It affects your brain and your concentration, slows your reaction times down, and it can also affect your behaviour. It can lead to high blood pressure, and that can have effects on your heart and having strokes, and it can cause lots of cancers. And one of the final risks is that it can cause something called cirrhosis, which is a scarring of the liver tissue, because that's where we filter out all of the nutrients through the different liquids that we take. So alcohol can have a really bad effect on your health, and it's not good to take it. Nicotine is the other type of drug that you need to know about for your exam. Nicotine is a stimulant, and it has the opposite effect, and it sort of quickens your reactions, okay? Nicotine causes shortness of breath because it damages the alveoli in your lungs and stops these being able to exchange gas. It can lower what we call our HDL, which are high density lipoproteins, And if we lower them, we sometimes call that good cholesterol, that can lead to blood clots. And when you get blood clots, that can lead to heart attacks and heart disease. So it's important that we have lots of good cholesterol. It can increase your blood pressure, and you can see here the plaque build up in this artery, which gives less space for the blood to travel through. And it can lead to lung disease such as bronchitis, which is damage to the bronchial tubes, which are part of your lungs. So cigarettes and nicotine are really bad for our health, particularly for our respiratory and cardiovascular system. So in summary, we've looked at 3 different areas today, and it's all about being healthy and active and making sure that we lead a healthy, active lifestyle. We've looked at the 3 different types of health associated with health: physical, mental, and social. And we've looked at all of the benefits that are associated with those different areas. We also looked at the important part that having a good diet, having time to rest and be active, play on making sure that we get all of those benefits and avoiding all of those negatives of a sedentary lifestyle. And then we finished by looking at the effects of alcohol and also of nicotine and cigarettes on our health. So thank you for watching today's video. Make sure you go back, rewind, look at some of the slides, make some notes, add them to your note sheet, and then let's see you bring them to the next lesson. Thank you.